Welcome to the HR Champions podcast. And for today's episode, we are joined by Miss Sally Concepcion. Now, Miss Sally is the HR manager at Situation Publishing. So, thank you so much, Miss Sally, for saying yes to this invitation. And we are really glad to have you here.
Thank you, Homer, for the invitation. At least finally, natuloy na din siya. So, thank you so much for the
Okay.
trust.
Thank you din ma'am kasi I know it's the time of the year na actually weekend and holiday dapat for family to but pinagbigyan mo pa rin kami. So thank you so much. Okay, so before I start on my questions ma'am, can you give our audience like a quick summary of your career in HR?
Okay, so just a quick summary. I've been into HR for roughly 12 years. So I
Mhm.
started my career 11 to 12 years. I started my career professionally. I am an accountant. So nagsimula talaga ako doon, accountant. Kaya lang as a history, going back to college, I would really love to take up psychology or communication arts. I really wanted to be dealing with people, talking to people, but my mother just told me nung magka-college, "No, hindi, mag-a-accounting ka. Kailangan may accountant akong anak."
Mhm.
And that time kasi, siyempre masusunurin yung mga anak. So being mabait na bata, I of course followed what my mom's want. So I studied accounting until I got job and in auditing firm, in a pharma and construction industry. So it's in the construction industry when na-transfer ako as HR. So that was in year 2012. However, hindi naman ganon ka-professionalized pa that time. Kasi
Mhm.
talagang nung dumating din ako dun sa construction company, 32 lang yung empleyado. And I
Mhm.
seen its growth. So nagkaroon ng HR. So nung umalis ako, it was in 2018, when I decided to study, to do further study in HR. So, that was actually at PMAP. So, ayan, PMAP, may promotion ang
Team
PMAP.
up.
So, it was
Yeah.
actually a 5 certificate course in PMAP. So, I finished that for about a year. Actually, isa lang ang gusto ko eh. Labor relation lang. Kasi gusto ko
Mm.
lang maging updated ano ba talaga yung sa labor. Kasi parang lahat naman nandun na sa labor. But, you know, sobrang interesting talaga ng field. Sobrang laki
Yeah.
nung sakop kasi ni HR. So,
Mm.
they have offered then yung strategic HR management until talagang nilaban ko. Talagang enroll ako ng enroll. Natapos ko siya for in a span of 1 year. And then, after a year, sinamantala ko yung COVID na naka-online.
Mhm.
No, hindi pa pala siya online. That's pre-COVID. That was in 2019. And then, biglang nagka-COVID. So, nakagraduate ako online. So,
Online.
at that time din naman, si University of Asia and Pacific, of course, is offering Masters in Human Capital and Organization Development. Sinamantala ko naman din yung online. So, that was for 2 years. 2 years theoretical and concept. So, natapos ko na siya. So, hindi pa graduate, but lalaban natin yan
Mhm.
for ano na rin, for comprehensive exam and for thesis. So, hopefully, maisingit natin siya sa schedule. So,
Mhm.
doon, nilabang ko na lang talaga siya because ako, I love talaga na mag-aral. Kasi ako, as an HR, I believe hindi naman tayo dapat mag-stop from learning. So, yun ang
Yes,
isang
agree.
natutunan ko sa HR.
Mm. Nice, nice. So, ito ma'am, no, I can relate in what you said yung kanina na ano, na maging masunurin sa parents. Pero I have guessed naman before, unlike you, kasi 'di ba you like dealing with people and you want to take psychology, nabanggit mo 'di ba? Yung ibang guest ko kasi previously, ayaw nila, hindi naman sila talaga, or wala silang plan to take up HR. It just happened na parang by chance, by work, parang pinili sila. Tapos eventually they fell in love with HR tapos naging career na nila, 'di ba?
Oo.
Talagang
Ay,
ano.
ako ang take ko dyan actually, since nga di ba nasabi ko, I really wanted to take up psychology before,
Mhm.
na hindi ko naman alam kung ano yung magiging trabaho. Because what I want before was yung tipong Randy Dolorosa na nasa TV, na pag
Mhm.
psychologist. Kasi ba kasi gusto ko talaga, actually, nung bata ako, gusto ko mag-artista.
Mhm.
at saka lumabas talaga sa TV. So, kaya nga gusto ko communication arts. So,
Mhm.
feeling ko naman siguro nga, nung pinarallel transfer ako, they saw something in me na kasi I can deal with people kahit na nasa accounting ako. And 'di ba accounting usually nasa isang sulok 'yan,
Yeah,
compute lang ng compute.
numbers,
But
compute.
ako kasi, kahit nasa accounting ako, hawak ang payroll, 'di ba? Of course,
Mhm,
we manage to talk with people. I have to explain with this, especially construction company yan eh. Ito po yung
mhm.
SS nyo, ganito yung SS nyo, ito po yung mga sick leave nyo. Siguro, they saw something in me na pwede to eh, may people skill to eh. May people oriented to eh. Kaya nung
Mhm.
kailangan na sa HR, sige kahit walang alam, ako naman, kahit walang alam, sige go kasi willing
Go.
talaga ako matuto.
Mm.
Yun. And that interests me actually, yung tao.
Nice, nice. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Miss Sally. So, a decade, more than a decade in HR. So far, what has been your biggest challenge as an HR leader?
Actually, biggest challenge, actually marami eh. Kasi, we are actually working with very dynamic group of people. So,
Mhm.
hindi naman natin gene-generalize na dapat ito lang yung level na dapat gusto kong kausap.
Oo.
Diba? But of course, I have worked with construction company, with pharma, with call center, what currently I am in right now. Siyempre, lahat yan eh, may level yan, di ba? So,
Mm.
lahat naman yan, ikaw yung ano eh, ikaw talaga yung mag-a-adjust as HR. Hindi naman sila yung mag-a-adjust sa'yo, di ba? As
Mm.
HR. So, that's actually one of the struggle. And of course, noon nasa HR, especially ang dami mo na, iba-iba nga 'to, 'di ba? Sabi ko nga dynamic. Eh hindi naman ako psychology graduate. Pero parang feeling ko lumalabas yung nature. Medyo
Hmm.
na siguro baka
Innate
nandun
na sa'yo,
talaga yung
ma'am.
hilog. Oo,
Oo.
parang minsan magsasalita pa lang, alam ko na 'to. Alam ko ending nito. Nape-predict ko na, kaya ko na ma-predict. So siguro
Mm.
parang na-develop na. And then that's one struggle nun sa'kin siyempre na nagsisimula kasi ang pinaka-ayoko, even until now naman, ayoko yung employee relation, yung mga complaint. That's
Ah.
one struggle, especially pagka if you are in a call center industry in construction, ang dami kasi niyan. Alam mo yung konting kimbot, nako,
Mm.
nagkulang lang ng sweldo. Bakit? Ang daming complaints na you really have to nagiging struggle sa akin. But eventually, nung natutunan ko na paano gagawin, simple lang naman eh. You always need to have documents. And when you have documents, you just need to explain to them. Ano naman, madali din naman silang kausap. It's just that, kailangan mo lang din talaga na kung nagtatagalog sila, magtagalog ka. Kung
Mm.
nag-i-English sila, mag-English sila. Yun nga lang talagang yung adaptability mo lang. So, una, struggle talaga sa akin siya. Pero, lahat naman natututunan.
Yeah, yeah. Oo.
Yeah, we just need to be consistent lang and of course firm kung ano yung sasabihin natin. And hindi naman pwede na dito kay ganito sinabi mo ganito, tapos kay ganyan pareho lang naman, iba na yung sinabi mo. So kasi they always compare, people always compare. So consistency lang yung kailangan and of course proper documentation.
Okay. So, ma'am, when it comes to changes naman since in that 10 years or so na nasa HR ka, what changes have you seen in HR? Na kasi 'di ba before ang HR very transactional, 'di ba? File ka ng leave o kailangan ni sales department ng tao mag-hire kayo. So parang ano, yun nga very transactional before si HR. So up to now, ano yung major or significant changes na na-observe mo in HR?
Yeah, kasi mas sanay ako kay traditional or functional But when I sent myself to study, yun nga, strategic HR. Yun na
Mhm.
yun ngayon. And as a strategic HR, dapat part ka na ng business. Of course, you're
Yes.
part of the decision making.
Making.
And of course, yun nga, kagaya kanina, I listened to one of your past podcasts. Syempre, kailangan na dyan papasok na data-driven tayo eh, diba? So,
Yes, yes.
dapat kasi data ngayon is dapat part na nung lahat ng nagiging decision natin. Kasi kung let's say data driven, 'di ba? Ang puwedeng basis natin 'yan, attrition may data lahat 'yan, recruitment may data, even yung mga successful hire, cost of hire, lahat 'yan may data na dapat 'yan. So, isa sa nakita ko na dapat talaga nakabangga din siya with of course the mission and vision of the company, yung
Mm.
mga yon dapat magkakaano siya, what do you call it, magkaka-connect siya. So
Align.
and of
Mm.
course, yun nga hindi kasi nga ang tingin nila kasi sa HR dito sa Pilipinas, ay HR 'yan, walang alam 'yan kundi gumastos. Oh, outing, pa-engagement, but of course, the business should also understand with the proper, strategic planning and proper HR planning na pumapasok nga dito kay, strategic HR, naiintindihan
Mm.
nila bakit kailangan, ano yung benefit over cost, lagi naman talaga, totoo naman cost talaga si HR. But of course,
Mm.
kasi kung titingnan mo si HR talaga as partner ni business, as, isa sa magpapalago, then why not? Kasi naman baka naman mamaya, subjective lang nag-request ng 10 engineer, 'di ba? Eh, ang kailangan mo lang naman baka naman 5 lang talaga. Tingnan natin, baka naman hindi lang tama ang
Yes.
delegation ng trabaho.
Mm.
So, kasi minsan gano'n, na ito OT ng OT. Bakit nag-o-OT? Minsan sasabihin, "Ay kulang kaagad ng tao." Nag-o-OT pa lang, kulang na ng tao. So baka naman dapat aralin, ano bang cause ng OT? Baka naman mamaya mas madami pang break time kaya nag-o-OT 'yan.
Yes,
So
oo.
dapat inaaral yung mga gano'n na with the proper KPI, proper proper engagement, maa-address yun, yung tamang ano lang, strategic partnering with the HR.
Share din ng mga previous guests na
Hmm,
talagang si HR as a business partner na talaga and involved sa decision making ni company. And siyempre 'di ba, sino bang nagte-take care of the people or of the employees 'di ba? Si HR din naman ang nag-i-initiate nun, eh. So for HR to let's say to propose a program, kailangan din ni management ng data, 'di ba? And kailangan niya ng information from HR on why do you want to implement this program, 'di ba? So dun papasok yung parang analytical skills ni HR. So
yeah.
nag-evolve na very transactional or traditional na dapat talagang mag-evolve na rin yung skills ni HR, 'di ba?
Yeah, exactly. Kasi before akala lang nila basta mag-hire, basta magdala ng tao. Kaya nga actually marami rin napa-fall into trap kay HR, na gusto
Mhm.
mag-HR kasi umiiwas lang sa math, 'di ba? Akala nila but
Oo,
pagdating daw nila magugulat sila even
meron
yung
pa
assistant
rin.
ko ngayon, actually psychology ka, sabi ko sa kanya noon, the first time I met him was, "Ba't ka nag-psychology?" Una niyang sagot, "Ayoko po ng math."
Math.
Ay, hindi pa ngayon ka ako makakaligtas sa'kin sa math, o mamaya may lesson na tayo sa Excel. Sabi ko kasi kung ima-manual lahat 'yan, ay sa isang taon tayo matatapos. So kailangan sabi
Mm.
ko aaralin natin yang mga formula na 'yan. So that's how they evolve. So sabi ko, "Hindi ka makakalusot sa'kin sa math, magiging mathematician ka." And
Mm.
eventually nakaka-adapt naman yung bata, so
Oo,
gano'n.
which is a good thing, 'di ba? At least na-update yung yung mga skills natin. Kasi siyempre tawag ng trabaho so you have to adapt sa changes. Okay, so my next question, Miss Sally, as an HR leader, how do you set your goals?
Number one, ako planning 'yan, eh. Kailangan talaga is that lahat 'yan naka-plan, and other than planning, you have to know as an HR, may foresight ka na. So,
Mm,
like with my
yes.
current company, like what I told you earlier, na-foresight ko na sabi ko, ayoko ng pumangit ng New Year, kailangan ma-settle ko bago mag-New Year. So,
Oo.
na-foresight ko na 'yan, kailangan 27 lagi dapat naka-plan. Kumbaga sa ano, yun nga, sabi ko nga, I always din ina-analogy ko talaga si HR is parang parenting talaga. 'Di ba, with parenting, you have to set rules, you have to set timelines na
Mm,
dapat ito na-reach mo 'tong ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Kailan ka mag-iipon, kailan ka gagastos, something.
mm,
So, parang gano'n din naman si HR. So, number one is really HR planning is really important. That is na dapat align with the mission, vision of the company, and dapat talaga, let's say in recruitment, nakaano yan, nakaplano talaga siya because karugtong niyang recruitment, ilan bang computer ang ilalabas natin, ilan bang laptop ang bibili natin, ilan ba yung i-procure, ilalakihan ba yung opisina, magre-rent pa ba ng opisina. So it's really important. Also
Mm.
foresight. So sabi ko nga, yung data-driven tayo, pwede na natin with foresight, pag may data tayong maayos, kaya na nating mag-foresight. So we can always do prediction. There's
Yes.
actually with survey nga, 'di ba? Pagka yung mga stay interview, we can always pwede na natin silang itag. Ito ano to, in 3 months magre-resign to. So that's the importance, 'di ba? Dapat talaga
Mm.
medyo as HR, hindi pa nangyayari. Kumbaga hindi naman sa pagiging manghuhula kasi hindi naman manghuhula ang HR, 'di ba? Kaya
Mm.
lang kailangan parang 'pag dumating yung situation, medyo ready ka na
Ready ka
kasi
na.
na-predict
Yes.
mo na. So,
Mm.
that's one, how do I set goals? And of course, ang very important na lagi ko rin tinuturo is delegation of tasks. Kasi
Yeah.
'pag hindi tayo marunong mag-delegate ng task natin, sasabog na lang tayo one day, hindi natin alam, nandun tayo sa Starbucks, iyak tayo ng iyak dun kasi lunod na lunod ka na sa task. And of
Mm.
course, we should always learn to say no. Because kasi
Yes,
ako dati,
important.
hindi ako marunong mag-no before. Na hindi ko alam na nakapila na yung mga tao sa akin. May nagpapapirma ng 2316, may nanghihingi ng petty cash, may nagpapabook ng hotel, and kasi hindi ako marunong mag-delegate. So, from there, inaral ko, sabi ko, ano lang naman pala, when you are an HR leader and when you set goals, one very important thing is to delegate tasks. And now,
Mm.
when you delegate tasks, hindi naman pwedeng basta dinelegate mo lang. Of course, you have to oversee. You have to check
Yes,
on
important.
ano ba, may na-accomplish ba 'to, nagawa ba 'to ng tama? And now, if kung nagawa naman, you just always have to revisit every task. So kung may mali, there are always room for improvement. Improve
Mm.
lang natin ang i-improve kung ano yung kailangan pang i-improve, kung may ikagaganda pa yung proseso, yung sistema. Gano'n lang naman paulit-ulit, cycle lang. So that's the very important sa'kin. It's to plan, to foresight, to delegate, and of course, to always revisit. And of course, kung may changes pa, to do action.
So moving on ma'am, on my next question. So medyo ano 'to, konting step back lang, during COVID, what changes have you seen when it comes naman sa employee engagement and, motivation sa mga companies? Kasi ano yung na-observe niyo during that period? Ano yung pinaka-challenging, ano yung na-discover ninyo when it comes to HR processes?
Oo. Actually, no'n naman kasing nag-pandemic, since that time nga, I was in the construction industry. To be honest with you, 2 buwan lang kaming natigil. Yun
Talaga?
talagang announce lang ni lockdown, and then eventually bumalik na, and yun nga, actually kasi that time yung company, sabi ko nga naka-manual, so we don't have any other choice but to go to the office. And yung engagement naman sa ngayon so far, sa nakikita ko, actually yung sa engagement parang dapat i-align mo siya, dapat naka-lean siya more on the wellness of the company. Because I've done research then with my previous subject doon at the UANP, na talagang sinasabi nga doon, when mental well-being of the people right now is the new currency of the business. So talagang kailangan alagaan. Dapat
Mm.
talaga lahat ng engagement natin, titignan natin ano ba yung magiging psychological impact sa tao. Kasi whether we know it or not, we have all our struggle na minsan hindi natin nakikita. Ako, I have struggles that hindi mo nakikita. And of course, I know you have then. So, kailangan medyo dapat mas tayo when creating an engagement program right now. Dapat mas lean tayo on how they will impact psychologically and mentally. And as far as motivation, parang sila mas gusto na nila ngayon, sa totoo lang, ang change na nakita ko. Before, I don't even know what Kahoot is. I don't even know what Mentimeter is. But right now, you really have to adapt with these technological changes as per na mga engagement. I have done several engagement activities through Kahoot, through Mentimeter kasi kailangan naman talaga. And the
Mhm.
last time I remember, nakalimutan ko lang yung title. I was with my previous job. So they are actually in Australia. They subscribe a game in Australia as part of our engagement. Yung parang may mga papasukan kami ng mga room, yung mga gano'n. Nakalimutan ko yung exact na pangalan niya. But companies right now really have to invest in this type of, medyo yes, it's mahal, but at least kailangan minsan to motivate these people, 'di ba?
Yes,
So,
yes.
may mga gano'n. Yun nga lang, ang kakaiba ngayon, if before, physical magkakasama, ngayon puwede naman pala online. Kasi
Online.
before kailangan pagka ano, siyempre team building, paano magti-team building naman kung hindi magkakasama. But
Oo.
at least now, you can do it online kasi yun nga yung activity namin before was meron kaming mga room na papasukan. Parang it's similar to a Zoom meeting na biglang mag-uusap kayo, ay magso-solve kayo ng puzzle dun sa isang
Oo.
room, yung mga gano'n. But of course, it also still promotes engagement and camaraderie to all the employee, and some of the teams are here in the Philippines and some members naman nasa Australia, but at least you can bond together.
Mm.
Important pa rin, at least meron pa ring mahirap din kasi na nasa isang organization kayo, magkasabay na kayo sa elevator, 'di pa kayo magkakilala, tapos pareho naman kayo ng lanyard, 'di ba? Parang
Lanyard, oo.
ako mismo magtatanong, "Saan department 'to? Parang hindi ko nakilala 'to, parang hindi ko na-met." So,
Mm.
yun, yung gano'n. And in terms of motivation naman, I think parang yun lang, sad to say, parang tingin ko yung empleyado ngayon, um, they would really want to work remotely.
Yeah,
Yun,
yes.
yun lang. Mas kasi kahit na 'pag nag-i-interview ka, unang tinatanong, "Is this a remote job? No. Is this a
Mm.
hybrid job?" Yung kaagad yung mga tanong ng tao. And of course,
Mm.
siguro as an evolving organizations naman, kailangan din naman, of course, kailangan din natin mag-adapt dun sa hinahanap din ng tao because, accept it or not, yung mga coming generations of workers would be Gen Zs na talagang
Mm.
mga batang computer na yan na
Mm.
talagang nagmo-motivate sa kanya. What motivates them was really let's say puro sa computer, puro halimbawa, isa pang motivation na naalala ko when I was with Australian, we do have engagement nga, 'di ba? Tapos yung mga prizes namin dapat mga naka-ano na yan, naka-Panda vouchers na siya. Kasi dapat
Oo.
i-ano ka dun, 'di ba? Tapos
Oo.
ano ba yung hilig nila, dapat talaga number one
Yes.
is aalamin mo, ano ba, what interests them to keep them
Mm.
motivated. Kasi, we cannot design any motivational program or engagement program na let's say, um 50 years old tapos bibigyan natin ng trip to ganito, ganyan. So, dapat yung mga
Oo.
trip na yan, dapat sa mga medyo mas younger, and then sa mga medyo may age, siguro baka puwedeng i-price natin diyan additional 1 free sick leave, 1 free
Hmm.
annual leave, yung mga gano'n. So, we really have to design accordingly na kung ano talaga ang magmo-motivate sa kanya. And I think it's also very important to have an open line communication with the people kasi naiiba talaga, generation to generation. Kasi nga sabi nila, of course, when you're single, what do you want? Well, you want to travel. So probably, give them something engagement that involves traveling. When they have a kid, gusto na niyan, baka mami may pa-diaper o pa-milk na
Oo.
premyo, GC, sa grocery, sa SM, sa Landmark. So,
Yes,
yung
yes.
gano'n, and that would keep them engaged. So, dapat lang we really have to design according to their needs. Yun.
Mm.
So, parang hindi ko naman nasagot yung tanong. So, what changes the motivation? Parang, depende kasi sa tao, pero I think isa sa napansin ko, 'pag medyo nahirapan sila sa ibang task, sa bagong task,
Hmm.
1 week, 2
Yes.
weeks nagre-resign. So, hindi
Mm.
kagaya nung generation natin. So, kasi
Yes.
damay kita 'no, damay
Oo,
tayo.
ma'am.
Hindi kagaya nung generation natin na ako kasi yung tipong, um, okey, may problema, meron kang hindi naintindihan, coaching. Mag-ask ka
Yes.
for coaching. Mag-ask ka for, ano bang training ang puwede kong gawin dito just to help me. Pero kasi yung mga bata ngayon, siguro nga because yun na yung epekto sa kanila na nakababad sa computer. 'Pag
Mm.
nahirapan sila, 'pag hindi na nila nakita sa Google, sa YouTube, ayaw na.
Mm.
Which is hindi naman lahat nasa Google, hindi naman lahat nasa YouTube. There are of course things na na hindi mo naman makikita dun, and minsan pagka ano, ayaw na nila, madali silang, sumuko, and siguro ang magmo-motivate sa kanya, "O sige, okey sige pagod ka na, sige Starbucks tayo." Okey, mukhang mga mabubuhay ang mga yan.
Oo,
Medyo ano
gano'n
lang sila, siguro yung
kailangan ng
matiyaga.
konting break.
Ayan. So, kailangan medyo kailangan pagka nanghihinayang ka dun sa talent, and kung high performer naman yung bata, kailangan medyo pisil-pisilin mo yan, kapain mo. Ano ba
Oo,
yung motivate sa kanya, which is again, sabi ko nga kanina, you really have to design kasi baka naman yung bagets kulang lang sa, let's say gusto lang mag-travel niyan, so let her travel. Baka naman mamaya
mm.
bigyan mo ng HMO na 3 dependent, tapos naman 'di ba yun nagtatrabaho pa
Oo,
yung magulang. So we really have to design according to what they really want, yan.
yes,
So it
yes.
takes the motivation.
Mm. Thank you for sharing, ma'am. Yun lang, eto ma'am, next ano ko, it's something related to yun sa na-mention mo about generation gap. Where do you strike the balance, ma'am, on how to keep up with this kind of workforce? Na
Um,
talagang ma-balance mo na dapat yung mga programs ko, like actually nasagot mo na 'to ma'am kanina, eh. Yung yun nga, that you have to design something na akma sa generation nila, 'di ba? So
Ako I think, one is constantly talking to them. Before, siyempre nakikita ko ako lang, eh, sarili ko lang yung nakikita mo. So, it's really important like nga nung nasa construction, at least once in a while, you go to the job site and see how they struggle. You have to talk to them. Ano ba yung pinagdadaanan nila? Okey pa ba sila dun sa trabaho nila? Loaded pa ba sila? Ano yung kailangan nila? And it's really important na, um, one time bigla mo na lang silang surprise visit.
surprise
Pero
visit.
yung tipong, "Hindi naman na nandito ako dahil HR meron akong bagong
Hmm,
policy na kailangan sundin niyo." No, kasi yung HR ka sabi ko nga kanina, I always relate it to parenthood, na of course when you are parenting, may policies na kailangan i-follow ng mga anak mo. But of course, there are time din naman na kailangan mong puntahan sila, kausapin sila. Ano ba yung nagiging struggle niyo? How's your day? How's your life has been? How's your school? Who are your new friends? 'Di ba dapat
mm.
gano'n din tayo when it comes to our employees. So, it's really important na baka naman mamaya, yung isang tao, "Ma'am, gusto ko po talagang mag-loan, hindi ko alam ang gagawin ko, nahihiya akong magtanong, wala akong mapagtanungan, hindi ko alam sinong
Mm.
tatanungin. Buti pumunta ka dito, at least
Oo,
kitang
tama.
tanungin." So, it's
Yes,
really
yes.
important na, and it's of course kung ma-solve mo yun at the end of the day, as an HR leader, ako yun isa kasi yun sa fulfillment ko, eh, when I'm doing recruitment, especially nung nasa construction, siyempre laborer. When you
Mm.
deploy these people and you see that they at least, from laborer they become carpenters, parang achievement mo yan as an HR, eh, na you help them na to be employed, and,
Yes.
you give them job, na though hindi naman ikaw yung nagpapasweldo, but it's actually ano, eh, achievement mo siya. Yun na yung parang KPI ko na natulungan ko kayo at the end
Yes.
of the day. So yun,
Mm.
that's how
Um,
I ano naman,
oo.
yung
Actually
with your question.
oo, napi-picture ko lang yung halimbawa yung laborer tapos yun nga natulungan mo siyang makapaghanap ng trabaho or 'di ba nagtatrabaho na siya then siguro na-promote siya, 'di ba? Siguro
Ah,
'di ba parang napi-picture ko lang very thankful yung tao na yun sa'yo because you trusted
mm,
him. 'Di ba nakita mo yung potential sa kanya and you didn't give up on him. Hats off to HR kasi talagang may mga gumagawa ng like you. Baka yun lang yung hinihintay niya, eh, para
oo.
makapag-open up, eh, 'di ba?
Yeah,
Nice,
kaya
nice.
minsan magugulat ka na lang. Minsan halimbawa na lang kung may pila ka na pinuntahan, bigla ka nakita. Of course, you can't remember them naman lahat, eh, 'di ba?
Mm,
Biglang
mm.
minsan magsasabi sa'yo, "Ma'am, ikaw po
Dito
pala
ka
'yan,
na.
dito ka na." Oh, 'di ba? Or kaya minsan nung sa kagaya dun sa party, I help them, 'di ba bago nga akong company. So, upon regularization ako na yung humarap sa kanila. So,
Mm.
nagulat na lang ako pagdating ko dun sa party, "Ma'am, picture tayo." Sabi ko, "May picture talaga? Artista?" Yung mga gano'n. So,
Oo.
with those small gestures, minsan talagang ako as an HR, it makes me happy. Hindi naman,
Mm.
they don't need to give me anything. Yung tipong, "Ma'am, picture po tayo." Sabi ko, "Wow naman, feeling ko naman sikat ako, feeling ko naman artista ako." Enough na kasi I know na may nagawa akong something that is good for them.
Yes, oo. Yun yung ano, eh, matatandaan talaga nila, eh. 'Di ba,
Mm,
how you made them feel tapos magugulat ka na lang they will return the favor. One of the experiences ni HR na talagang very fulfilling, 'di ba?
yep, exactly.
Okey. Sige, Ma'am Sally, sige, let's move on naman when it comes to attrition. Kasi ito very very evident 'to
Mm,
especially for BPOs. Yun yung pinaka parang challenge ngayon for companies is to retain employees. So, what are your thoughts when it comes to attrition? Kasi yung attrition sa construction very different sa BPOs. So, ano yung na-observe niyo dun, ma'am, or what can you share when it comes to attrition sa mga companies?
Actually, kung attrition, if an employee really wanted to leave the company, well, ako take ko diyan, okey lang, eh, kasi it's part of the employee life cycle, yung
Yes,
talagang
yes.
minsan maghahanap ka kung saan may better opportunity. But of course, you have to study din talaga. Sabi ko, ako lahat lagi may kasunod na survey yan, may kasunod na study yan. Baka naman kasi, okey, exit interview is really important. Baka naman mamaya yung nagre-resign, bakit puro team na 'to? Biglang at the end of the quarter, teka, bakit
Oo.
'tong team na 'to bakit nandito yung mataas yung attrition? So, yu yun nga sinasabi ko kanina, dapat data driven. But kung may nagli-leave, kasi definitely may darating naman na bago. But
Mm.
it's part of the employee engagement. I don't have anything against leaving. I don't have anything against resignation. Baka naman mamaya lalo yan aalis pala, abroad ang kalaban. Wala naman tayong
Mm.
laban dun, 'di ba?
Yes,
So,
yes.
it's really okay and of course siguro ang important lang is, of course, yung mga natirang talent is to keep them, to map them. Sino ba talaga dito yung mga performer? And now, if you have already mapped out who the performers are, it's really important to strategize retention for them na diyan
Yes.
na papasok yung incentive, bonuses and
Mm.
other,
Other perks, 'di
um,
ba?
other
Mm.
perks, 'di ba? Na though hindi pantay-pantay, kasi especially kung bonus kaya nga performance bonus. So,
Yes.
it's really important to retain them. Now, kung hindi naman you tag them na talaga namang hindi performer, na mga non-performers, okey 'pag nag-resign parang sige, okey,
Mm.
resignation accepted. And it's really part naman of sa employer, yeah, mahirap mag-hire, it's costly ang mag-hire sa totoo lang. But of course, we really can't do anything about it. Employees come and go.
Acknowledge natin na part talaga ng employee cycle yung resignation and attrition. And for HR, I think it's lang to how to minimize at least, 'di ba, yung
Hmm,
attrition levels within the company.
yeah. Yun nga
Okay.
gaya ng sabi ko kanina baka naman mamaya, "Teka bakit sa isang team lang?" So, you have to study na bakit itong department lang na 'to, baka naman mamaya ang may problema yung mga line manager, hindi naman yung tao. So,
Oo.
which is lumalabas naman yan, exit interview. Kaya ako, I always din suggest na when you conduct an exit interview, at least a very reliable person, not necessarily an HR, kung saan talaga siyang komportable din. But of course,
Mm.
dapat HR yan, eh, trabaho ng
Mm.
HR. But siyempre hindi kailangang ako, it could be my assistant na something na talagang mag-o-open up siya. Hindi naman
Mm.
sa pagmamarites, but it's really important kasi ano yan, eh, baka nga mamaya yung manager ang problema. Baka
Mm.
dapat dun mag-adjust sa manager, hindi sa tao. Kasi hindi naman kaagad lahat benefit. Baka naman mamaya yung management din talaga ng tao. So we really have to analyze deeper, ano ba talaga yung problema, and that's what actually OT is all about.
Yes, so naalala ko lang yung ano ma'am, may nabasa ako na yung mga tao talaga hindi naman nagre-resign because of stress, because of hard work. Minsan talaga yung mga bosses, 'di ba?
Mm.
Meron talagang nagpa-power trip, merong it sad but true, 'di ba? It exists, but it's something na I think talagang wino-workout ng mga companies since they want to lower yung attrition rates nila, 'di ba? Okay. Eto ma'am, I'm down to my last question.
Last na ba?
For our young listeners out there who are willing, who are planning to dive in the world of the human resources space. So what will be your best advice for them?
Okay. HR is a thankless job. So, parang teacher yan, eh, 'di ba?
Mm.
Sabi ko nga, yung parenthood, hindi mo puwedeng sukuan. So, was with HR. And itong HR, sabi ko nga, nakwento ko sa'yo before the tape interview, 'di ba?
Mm.
Ah, 'Pag HR ka, dapat willing kang mag-work ng hindi ka dapat Monday to Friday lang. Yes, minsan dapat Saturday, Sunday, bakasyon mo, pahinga mo yan, eh. Off ka niyan, eh. Kaya lang 'pag HR ka, there are instances na minsan be under control. Like halimbawa, what if may na-aksidenteng employee on a weekend, 'di ba?
Mm.
So, lalapit yan initially kay HR, "Ma'am, ano po yung HMO policy ko, na-aksidente po ako, covered po ba
Mm.
'to?" Which is
Mm.
kailangan hindi ka puwedeng sasabihin mo, HR ako, Monday to Friday lang ako, 8 to 5 lang ako puwedeng kausapin. So, dapat number 1, willing sila do'n. And number
Mm.
2, kung if they resort HR as a course because umiiwas sila sa mathematics, ay naku mga day, hindi. Hindi po, hindi niyo po maiiwasan ang mathematics sa HR. Number 1, because HR is now data-driven, and when you have data, you have to deal with numbers. So, madali lang naman, medyo percent-percent lang 'yan. So, very basic math lang din naman. Pero kung iniisip niyo that it is an escape to algebra or math or statistics, no, it's
Think
not.
again.
Think again. Kung yun lang yung sasabihin niyo na, "Ay, mag-e-HR ako kasi walang math." No, it's not. And then secondly, yung dedication, yung people orientation, kung medyo soft-hearted kayo, hindi kayo puwede sa HR. Medyo
Mm.
kasi si HR kailangan consistent yan, eh. Merong mga firm na decision yan. You have to follow policy as an HR, and hindi ko mo, "Ay, naawa ako sa'yo. Yeah, I understand you." But at the
Yes.
end of the day, 'pag HR ka, you have to follow the policy. Hindi dahil kasi naaawa ako sa'yo, dahil 10 ang anak mo. Yes, I understand 10 ang anak mo, and it's really hard to grow a family na 10 yung anak. But kung ito yung infraction mo, eh, at the end of the day, may policy na sinusunod. So, hindi puwede yung medyo pusong mamon 'pag HR. Medyo
Mm.
kailangan
Yeah.
if
Understand,
medyo
ma'am.
consistent ka, and yun nga, number 1 is consistency. It's really important, yun. So, ano
Mm.
pa nga bang masasabi ko sa mga future HR leaders? So, yun, that's one thing I also learned. Please do not stop learning. Kasi HR evolves, people evolve, so lahat yan magkakasabay. So, sabi ko nga, parenting, hindi yung parenting naman hindi naman natatapos sa nagpaaral ka ng kinder, 'di ba? Magpapaaral ka pa ng elementary, magpapaaral ka ng high school, aaralin mo sila. So, parang gano'n din sa HR, habang tumatagal, paiba ng paiba yan, nag-e-evolve siya. So, 'pag hindi kasi nag-aral, 'pag HR, 'pag hindi ka mahilig magbasa, makinig ng mga podcast na ganito, maiiwanan. So, it's really important na open ka do'n sa learning, sa lahat ng learning. Ako kasi, basta may mga pre-seminar lalo nung pandemic, Sprout,
Mm.
libreng seminar, go,
Go.
register. SS, libreng seminar, go, register. So, it's really important na talagang bibigyan mo rin siya ng time, kasi ang HR is actually yung profession na talagang kailangan mag-dedicate ka, eh. I-dedicate mo yung sarili mo, yung
Mm.
oras mo. And yes, medyo hindi siya as high paying job as an accountant, pero yun nga, eh, minsan yung fulfillment mo, minsan humanap dun sa pera, wag tumingin dun sa money side, but of course, yung fulfillment mo as sino ba yung natulungan ko, how I changed their lives. Kasi kung pera, swertihan, swertihan. Siguro
Mhm.
kailangan medyo mataas na HR leadership position, may pera naman. Kanya-kanyang ano lang din yan. Depende lang din sa papasukan. But of course, for a starter, wag mo nang tumingin sa high paying. Kasi siguro satisfy muna natin yung sa sarili natin na ano ba yung passion natin? Ano ba yung gusto natin? So that's really important in entering the HR world.
Thank you, Miss Sally. Actually, I always say this to my guests. Again, I agree with what you said before na talagang HR is a thankless job. Kasi ako before, ang tingin ko lang talaga sa HR very, yun nga, very transactional, very in traditional way na, oh,
Utusan lang ano.
kaya may kailangan akong leave, go-file ako ng leave. Kailangan ko ng what performance improvement plan. Very ganun lang yung tingin ko sa HR. But when I started talking to HR people like you, I realized na talagang mahirap talaga maging HR. 'Di ba? You wear different hats. You talk to different people, iba't ibang personality, iba't ibang limits. So that takes effort, that takes skills na hindi ko talaga nakikita before. Na ngayon ko lang na-appreciate. So I thank you. Thank you, Miss Sally. Go, familiar ka ba sa Fast Talk?
May pa ganyan. Sige,
Yes.
okay, tingnan natin.
Okay, sige. Set of questions lang naman, two choices. Wholesome naman to. Walang ano. So,
Oo,
HR ano naman to, HR related pa rin naman. Okay? So, my first question is, work from home or on-site?
on-site.
Talaga?
Hindi
Present?
kasi hindi. Kailangan bang explain? Iba yung
Wala,
dynamics,
wala, wala,
especially when you're in HR.
wala explanation, ma'am, sa fast talk. Joke lang. Anyway, kasi we have limited time na I understand, ma'am, you have work to do. So ano lang naman 'to, para to lighten up
Oh, gusto ko
end the
i-depende.
podcast. Oo, alam ko magdaano ka, ma'am, may reason ka kung bakit ano eh. But anyway, ano lang naman 'to, ma'am, for fun lang naman. Next question. Presenter or part of the audience?
Presenter.
Okay. Windows or Mac?
Windows or
Mac.
Mac.
Wow. Microwave or ref?
Rep. Four-door.
Okay. Uniform or dress down?
Dress down.
Okay. Recruitment or training?
Training.
Nice. Company outing or Christmas party?
Christmas party.
Talaga. Okay. Empathy or competency?
Competency.
Hmm. Calendar or email?
Email.
Okay. And Facebook or LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Okay, that's it. Thank you so much, Miss Sally, for taking part
Thank
of this
you.
podcast. I really enjoyed talking with you and I really learned a lot from what you shared. So,
Thank you so much.
kung meron tayo, ma'am, listeners who wants to connect with you, what's the best way?
LinkedIn muna. Oo,
Okay,
LinkedIn
LinkedIn.
lang. Kasi I have social media accounts but it's too personal.
Hmm,
And
understand.
yeah, LinkedIn, just LinkedIn.
Sige. Okay lang ba, ma'am, to post yung profile ninyo dito sa ano,
Yeah, sure,
sa
no
screen?
problem.
Okay, para if anyone wants to connect with you, kung may naghahanap ng work, 'di ba? They can reach out to you perhaps. Yan. Okay. So again, thank you, Miss Sally, for
Thank
saying
you
yes to
so
this
much,
invitation.
Homer.
So this has been your HR Champions podcast. See you on our next episode.